A bunch of businesses are jumping on the train, and I think that's been the best part of this whole saga. Terrible for them and their families, but great for the memes.
We're just very shy. Now the reaction online is exploding. The man is allegedly the CEO of a tech company, Astronomer, and the woman is reportedly the head of HR.
They didn't flinch. That was the first clue something was off. When the kiss. Cam found them during a Coldplay concert. Thousands of people watching, lights flashing, music swelling. They didn't laugh, didn't wave, didn't even pretend. She leaned in. He pulled away. And in that split-second hesitation, the internet saw everything. According to concert-goers nearby, the silence said more than any song. Within hours, that 15-second clip detonated across TikTok, Twitter, and every group chat in corporate America. But what looked like an awkward moment between two shy coworkers? Sources say it was the downfall of a billion-dollar empire.
Nervous is the equivalent of taking it to a Coldplay concert. Your car will know.
Astronomer says it's launching an investigation into the alleged relationship, saying, quote, "Our leaders are expected to set the standard."
The man awkwardly dodging that kiss? Allegedly, Andy Byron, CEO of space tech giant Astronomer. The woman, Kristin, his head of human resources, married CEO, divorced HR director, two people in power caught in a moment that, according to insiders, wasn't nearly as innocent as it looked. In fact, sources close to the situation claimed that what we didn't see, texts, emails, whispered hallway conversations, is far more damning than the kiss itself. It wasn't just a PR blunder, it was a public exposure of a private scandal brewing for months behind boardroom doors. And now the fallout is ripping through their lives and their company like wildfire. Social media has named it the Coldplay affair, but industry insiders say the real scandal isn't the kiss, it's what happened afterward. Kristin didn't retreat, she sued. The same HR executive tasked with enforcing ethics policies is now accusing the CEO of emotional abuse, defamation, and professional sabotage. And according to sources familiar with the legal filing, she's not coming empty-handed. Reports suggest Kristin has internal emails, private messages, and compliance documents that allegedly prove the CEO initiated the relationship and then weaponized her career once the scandal went viral. The result? Astronomer is now facing not only a public relations crisis, but a potential legal disaster that could shake the tech industry to its core. The company has confirmed an internal investigation is underway, but according to insiders, board members are already panicking. Stocks have dipped, lawyers are circling, and employees, once proud of Astronomer's reputation, are flooding job boards in quiet panic. Meanwhile, Kristin's lawsuit is gaining traction and sympathy. She's repositioning herself not as the woman who broke the rules, but the whistleblower who got burned for following the wrong man's orders. And the public split down the middle.
HR approved. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know, they've both been punted now, but how do you do that? I mean, when the HR manager says it's okay.
This is what I don't know. Who do you report it to?
Some call it accountability, others call it damage control. Either way, the clock is ticking and the next chapter is already being written in legal briefs, PR memos, and Reddit threads. Sources close to the company say the real chaos didn't begin until after the video went viral. Within 24 hours, the CEO's LinkedIn profile had been scrubbed. Kristin's bio vanished from Astronomer's corporate site, and Slack channels across the company reportedly lit up with fear, speculation, and memes. According to employees, the HR department, once seen as the moral backbone of the organization, was suddenly silent. Meetings were canceled, emergency town halls were scheduled, and whispers of NDAs and legal reviews flooded internal message boards. One staffer reportedly joked that Astronomer's next rocket launch should be pointed directly at HR. But behind the sarcasm was real fear. Sources say the company's entire leadership culture was now under a microscope. What makes this scandal more than just workplace gossip is the power dynamic at its center. Insiders reveal that Kristin was hired less than a year ago after what some describe as a fast-tracked process that bypassed standard vetting. Multiple reports suggest that she and the CEO had developed a close relationship early on, one that raised eyebrows but was never officially addressed. That same closeness is now being reframed in Kristin's lawsuit as coercive and retaliatory. According to legal filings, Kristin claims she was encouraged to attend industry events with the CEO, often without other executives present. When the concert clip exploded, she alleges she was immediately asked to take unpaid leave while the CEO remained silent, protected by board allies and high-priced crisis managers. Sources say Kristin's legal team is preparing to subpoena internal communications that may show she was scapegoated while the CEO maneuvered to preserve his image. The potential fallout? Massive. Experts warn that if the allegations hold up, Astronomer could face not just reputational harm, but also regulatory scrutiny.
Is having an affair, ma'am.
The boy.
And this is Jopamine on Twitter says this is how you should go to concerts if you've called in sick or you're cheating.
Right, like that's my thought process. And one thought, I was like, you know what? They should have had and just kissed and no one would have made a big deal of it.
Word is, the company's legal counsel is already coordinating with external firms to prepare for possible shareholder lawsuits. Meanwhile, sources reveal that government agencies have started asking quiet questions, looking into whether the alleged misconduct violated labor laws, compliance protocols, or SEC regulations tied to executive conduct. What began as a viral clip could now evolve into one of the most expensive HR debacles in tech history. Reports suggest the board is split. Some directors are furious, privately accusing the CEO of putting personal decisions ahead of company stability. Others, according to insiders, are scrambling to contain the damage without sparking a leadership crisis. But containment may no longer be an option. Social media has already chosen its narrative, and it's not a flattering one. Kristin is being cast as either a manipulator or a martyr. The CEO as a hypocrite who violated the very values he used to build his brand. And in this post-pandemic, accountability-obsessed culture, public opinion moves faster than corporate strategy. The question now is no longer, did something happen? It's, how much worse is it going to get? Sources close to the situation say the most explosive element isn't the video. It's the text messages Kristin allegedly kept. Dozens of them. According to insiders, Kristin's legal filing includes late-night messages from the CEO that allegedly range from flirtatious to coercive. One message, reportedly sent just weeks before the concert, reads, "You're the only one I trust to be by my side at events like this." Legal analysts say this kind of language, especially if proven in court, could establish a pattern of favoritism and blurred boundaries, a key issue when workplace hierarchy is involved. And while the CEO's team claims the relationship was mutual and consensual, Kristin's lawyers are painting a very different picture. One of manipulation, retaliation, and professional sabotage. Word is, Kristin has also included emails marked confidential in her lawsuit. These messages allegedly show the CEO scrambling to control the narrative after the concert clip went viral, offering PR talking points, urging silence, and in one message reportedly writing, "We need to get ahead of this before it becomes a headline." Too late. Not only did it become a headline, it became the headline. Insiders claim Kristin was told to take a temporary leave for her own protection, while the CEO remained at the helm, issuing a vague internal memo that staff reportedly viewed as condescending. One employee said the statement read like it was written by ChatGPT with a PR degree. Another called it the most corporate non-apology of all time. The internal divide has only worsened since Kristin went public. Employees are allegedly leaking anonymous posts on Reddit and Blind describing a toxic work culture and claiming this scandal is just the tip of the iceberg. According to multiple posts, Astronomer has long fostered a boys' club mentality at the executive level. Kristin's lawsuit, some say, is forcing long-suppressed tensions into the open. And while company leadership tries to spin the story as a deeply personal situation, sources say employees are refusing to separate the personal from the professional, especially when HR, the very department responsible for protecting workplace ethics, is at the center of the firestorm. But here's where the narrative flips again. Kristin isn't just playing defense. Reports suggest she's been approached by at least 2 major media outlets for an exclusive interview, and there's talk of a potential book deal already being negotiated. Industry insiders say a major streaming service has even expressed interest in turning the scandal into a limited docuseries. That's right, a Coldplay concert might soon be the opening scene of a binge-worthy drama. As one PR consultant put it, Kristin's either the villain of this story or she's rewriting the script entirely. And so far, she's playing it like a pro. Whether you believe her or not, she's no longer just an HR executive. She's a media player now. And the CEO, he's scrambling to catch up. Insiders reveal the boardroom isn't the only place erupting. Sources say the CEO's personal life is now in full collapse. His wife, previously silent, has reportedly consulted divorce attorneys after learning about the video, not from her husband, but from TikTok. Multiple sources claim she was blindsided, unaware of the alleged affair, until it trended online. Now, legal insiders suggest she could walk away with half of his estimated net worth, potentially over $200 million, if divorce proceedings go forward. The damage wasn't just public, one attorney close to the situation shared. It was deeply private, and the legal costs astronomical. Combine that with Kristin's lawsuit, and the CEO is now staring down what could become one of the costliest kiss cams in corporate history. And while his marriage unravels, his reputation is circling the drain. Social media hasn't just mocked the moment, it's dismantled the man. Hashtags like #KissCamGate and #CEOFail have racked up tens of millions of views. TikTok creators are reenacting the infamous clip with Coldplay tracks and HR violations plastered in captions. Even LinkedIn, a platform known for polite corporate chatter, is now flooded with think pieces questioning the ethics of executive relationships and the role of HR in maintaining or breaking boundaries. This isn't just bad optics, one crisis manager said. It's a textbook case of how one public mistake can unmask a decade of internal dysfunction. The company is bleeding from every angle. Reports suggest several major investors are demanding assurances that changes will be made fast. And according to insider leaks, 2 high-ranking executives have already submitted their resignations, citing irreconcilable ethical concerns. Meanwhile, whispers of a boardroom coup are getting louder. Word is at least 3 board members are pushing for the CEO's immediate resignation to stop the hemorrhaging. It's not just a PR problem anymore, one insider claimed. It's a compliance crisis, and the longer he stays, the more unstable everything becomes. The calculus is brutal: protect one man's ego or save a billion-dollar brand. And yet, the CEO isn't backing down. Sources say he's preparing a countersuit, accusing Kristin of breach of confidentiality, defamation, and character assassination. His team is pushing a narrative that the kiss was misinterpreted, that it was an innocent moment spun into scandal by internet hysteria. But legal experts aren't convinced. When the HR director sues and the footage looks that intimate, courts won't see it as a misunderstanding, said one former prosecutor. They'll see it as a leadership failure. Meanwhile, Kristin's legal team is doubling down, allegedly preparing to subpoena board communications that could reveal how deep the protection went. The public sees it all, and the damage is already done. What began as a concert date has turned into a courtroom war, a marriage implosion, and a corporate reckoning. And according to people close to the situation, the CEO is learning that the stars he once studied in space tech are nothing compared to the black hole he's falling into now. In the weeks since the kiss that broke the internet, the fallout has only deepened. Astronomers Board is now reportedly considering succession options. According to insider sources, emergency meetings have been held behind closed doors, with legal teams mapping out contingency plans in case the CEO is ousted. Stock value has dropped nearly 9% since the video went viral, and analysts are warning of long-term investor skepticism unless decisive action is taken. Meanwhile, employees at Astronomer are caught in the crossfire. Internal sources describe a climate of paranoia, badge access audits, Slack restrictions, HR interviews, and a lingering fear that more skeletons may emerge from the executive suite. Kristin, on the other hand, is leaning in. Her legal team is reportedly in talks with several news networks for a televised interview, and sources claim she's been offered multiple 6-figure advances for a potential memoir. Some industry watchers are calling it the fastest transformation from scandal target to media figure since Monica Lewinsky. But not everyone is cheering. Critics say she played the game, benefited from the power dynamic, and is now flipping the script to cash in. Her defenders argue she's exposing a pattern that's long been hidden behind boardroom doors, one where men in power use relationships as leverage, and women take the fall when it all unravels. No matter which side you land on, one thing's clear. This isn't just a corporate scandal anymore. It's a cultural moment. And the ripple effects go far beyond Astronomer. Legal departments across tech, finance, and media are reportedly revisiting internal relationship policies. PR firms are holding emergency training seminars on viral crisis management. Even Coldplay, unintentionally caught in the middle, has reportedly issued backstage warnings to their team about kiss cam protocols at future shows. The CEO, once hailed as a visionary in space innovation, is now a meme. His leadership reduced to hashtags and commentary on Reddit threads. And Kristin, the HR boss turned headline queen, is being dissected on podcasts, news panels, and YouTube channels. They've both become symbols of what happens when private power plays go public. The final chapter of this saga hasn't been written yet. Lawsuits are still unfolding. Divorce papers, reportedly drafted, haven't been filed yet. And while the CEO is still clinging to his title, sources say the countdown has begun. The same cameras he once used to inspire investors are now capturing his downfall in real time. And as one board member allegedly put it in a leaked text, he didn't just break protocol, he broke the brand. In an age where perception is power, that single kiss has become a cautionary tale for every executive watching from the sidelines. Don't flirt with fire when the whole stadium's watching. That's the tea on the Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal. What do you think went down? Drop your take in the comments, hit like if this stunned you, and subscribe for more celebrity bombshells. Tap here for another Hollywood meltdown you won't believe.